Hello there. My name is Wade Walker, Senior Director of Microsoft Consulting Services at FMT Consultants. Thanks for joining us today on our 6 valuable secrets to discover in Office 365. As we think about the ecosystem that Office 365 is in and the value of productivity for all of us that are using Office 365 and related products, we can look at research that Microsoft has commissioned out to Forrester, and learning that productivity really drives revenue, customer satisfaction, and success at every organization. As you can see from left to right, gaining insights into customer usage and content trends really helps drive revenue and successful interactions with our clients. As we move into a better form of communications within this Office 365 ecosystem, we're helping to engage our employees and our customers better, thus increasing profits in addition to revenue. One of the benefits of this new environment is really how we're working as a mobile workforce, how we're able to communicate effectively to our coworkers, our partners, our vendors, our clients, our prospects, even friends and family in a very mobile-friendly, cloud-friendly environment. Our compliance, believe it or not, is actually becoming easier to manage, and therefore we are seeing a reduction in compliance costs because of the enhanced security and compliance in the Office 365 platform. We're able to work in highly compliant, highly regulated industries and provide for them the information as needed to move forward in those regulated industries. And lastly, we talk about agility, the ability to be an agile, efficient workforce and deal with effective ways to be a better company, be a better service provider. That's the 5th bullet point here, and you can see really the benefits of having Office 365 and the benefits of it. As we all know, the world works differently today. We see our coworkers working anywhere across the US, anywhere across the globe. We frequently partner with our partners, our vendors, our employees, our friends and family, again, all over. 50% of business users are relying on some sort of mobile device, be it a Surface Pro, a tablet, for their communications. So many of us are using collaboration tools that it's amazing how effective and efficient these tools are today. We're all using some sort of web conferencing, whether we think of it or not, but we're using some sort of online conferencing and video environment to communicate with each other. And we really believe that moving forward, these mobile apps are really going to transform the way we do business and replace many of the tools that we've been using in the past, some of which are already being replaced by these mobile-ready, mobile-first cloud tools. I like this picture here. It really does talk to what's happening in our industry. Isn't too different than any other industry. As we look to the left, those are some tools that I probably still have in my garage, or a little bit of some hand-me-downs from some friends and family. And that tool set to the right is probably what I want to have in my garage and I'm moving towards, and I have some of those and would like some more. But really, as we get to the next level of anything in life, we need the better tools to do a better job. What is Office 365? We get that question a lot here at FMT Consultants, and the nice thing about Office 365 is it continues to grow and then features are added routinely. The core function is software that many of us are used to. That's one of the main core functions, and we're used to using things like Excel, Outlook, Word, PowerPoint, OneNote, and these applications run on your Windows devices, your Mac devices, your Android devices. In addition to the software that we're all used to using, one of the core key components of Office 365 is the combination of all of the online services. Many of us are familiar with the word Exchange Online, or the phrase Exchange Online, which is email and collaboration. There's Skype for Business, which is the phone system, web conferencing, instant messaging, computer screen sharing platform. There's SharePoint Online, which is our intranet and a way to use web-based tools to collaborate with our files, share our files, build out some workflows, and then really build out some internet and intranet branding sites that really speak to your company and your company's core values. In addition, OneDrive for Business is the file sharing component. So as we share files and store files on our desktop or our Windows Explorer and OneDrive. As long as you do it within the OneDrive environment, it stays within the online service suite of Office 365. And there are many other tools that we're using today in the Office 365 platform, including Yammer for enterprise social networking, Delve, which has been recently rebranded to My Analytics, which is a way to kind of have Office 365 look at how you're using your Office 365 tools on a daily basis and giving you recommendations on how to make yourself more efficient. Planner is a really slick project management tool that's built into Office 365. Flow is, with Power Apps and Sway, some pretty neat new ways to share some content, do some low code, no code solutions, and some slick workflows between services that are in Office 365 and some external services. And Microsoft Teams, which is really gaining tractions as a competitor in the tech space, workspace collaboration, the Slack and some other tools out there. And we're using Teams routinely, and it's a great product. Gold standard for your business. Again, I would say the entire workforce is used to using Outlook, is used to using Excel, Word, PowerPoint, Skype, and OneDrive, and we're using these routinely at FMT, and then our clients are constantly using these tools and asking us how to better leverage these tools to make their businesses more effective. When you start with your Office 365 subscription, then with a certain level of subscription, you get to download these software components and put them on your any of your devices. If you're not buying the Office 365 subscription that includes this software, you get to use the online version of these tools, web-based solution. Not as features rich as the software that's installed on your computer, but still a very effective way to leverage the Office 365 components. On today's talk, we're really going to be focusing on 6 key components here that Office 365 we want to talk with today. 1 is modern meetings, hit on that a little bit. 2 is bookings, a relatively new release within Office 365. 3 is Teams, again, that's the chat-based collaboration tool. 4th is the Outlook Customer Manager, sort of a lightweight customer relationship management system, otherwise known as a CRM. 5th is the Microsoft Staff Hub, like bookings, a relatively new component. And the Microsoft Planner, which was released late last year and has been growing in features this year. So on our modern meetings. What's our meeting landscape today? Well, that meeting landscape typically has, a handful of people in a meeting to hundreds of people in a meeting to thousands of people in a meeting. We see organizations from 6 to 150 employees using this, and quite frankly, we see this growing pretty rapidly beyond the 150 employee organization size. We see many of our clients still using multiple solutions for their meeting landscape. We do recommend consolidating as much as possible down to a single solution. Skype, which is built into Office 365 and is included in your Office 365 subscription, doesn't add any cost, and it's a great solution. We're using that routinely here at FMT Consultants, and many of our clients, we've helped them deploy Skype and add in some of the extra features of Skype, including making Skype your full-scale phone system. The conference spend, as you can see, that average spend can vary a little bit by the size of your company, but we see companies spending a certain amount of money on conferencing, and we will help them with a total cost of ownership or return on investment and ROI of conferencing solutions, and Skype becomes the clear winner because it's built into Office 365, and it includes the feature set that many of these conferencing solutions require extra money to turn on. And these services are already turned on in Skype. As you can see, our conference initiators, those are kind of the meeting organizers. With Skype, anybody can be a meeting organizer. And then we look at the shared individual and others who's kind of joining our meetings, and Skype is extremely friendly. Anybody can be invited. You can even join a Skype meeting if all you have is a 1970s era phone and you're using to dial in and you can't even do the conferencing. You can do that very easily in Skype. So it includes anybody who can participate in meetings. And as we look at some of the competitors and solutions and percentages out there, as our GoToMeetings, WebEx, and statistics for Skype on the bottom show, we really see Skype continuing to grow and eat into the market share here because it's a very, very powerful and slick solution built into Office 365. Here's a picture of a Skype meeting. We've got 4 people here. They're video conferencing. Very easy to use interface, as you can see, very user-friendly. Rich collaboration tools. If you look down towards the middle bottom of the screen, there's a video icon. So if you turn that on, you're doing your video conferencing. You can turn it off so you stop video conferencing. The microphone so you can easily unmute yourself. The icon that looks like a desktop monitor or picture, that is what you can actually do to control somebody's screen. So if you're remote controlling somebody's computer next door across the world, you simply click on that. The red hang up button is just simply to hang up, and the other buttons, icons on the corners allow you to add or subtract participants and mute participants, do some instant messaging. So really allows a rich feature set of tools within the Skype conferencing platform. And again, you can connect with your colleagues, people that are inside your organization, and you can also connect to anybody outside of your organization with the Skype meetings. And you can use this on your PC, your Mac, your mobile devices, the internet. I use an iPhone. I use the Skype client on my iPhone. I do almost all my meetings on my iPhone. My iPhone's also, the Skype app on my iPhone is also where my FMT phone number rings to. So I'm using the full featured services of Skype as our cloud phone system for us. And you can see here in the Office 365 plans where Skype fits into them. So it fits into the Business Essentials, Business Premium, and into all of the enterprise plans. And again, this is a complete online meeting conversation solution. As you can see here on the bottom right, this is a picture of or an expanded picture of what we saw in the previous slide. And you can see the text communication, instant messaging that's going on during the meeting. You get the multi-party high definition video and audio meetings. So this is very HD, and people can talk and you can mute them, turn them on and off. There is no limit to these number of meetings, so you do not get charged per meeting. You don't get charged per minute. You just include it in your Office 365 subscription. There's up to 250 attendees per meeting. There's also another feature that can be added on to Office 365 for above 250 attendees. We don't see a lot of that needed, but there is a full broadcast feature and higher end feature sometimes for those operator-led meetings, and feel free to contact us afterwards and we can assist with that. As I mentioned earlier, join from any of your devices. The nice thing also with Skype is it leverages your presence within your organization. So if you're online, your Skype presence will show. If you're in a meeting, it'll show. The picture here in the bottom right of the screen, you can see in the upper left of that picture, everybody has a red icon on them because they're in a meeting. If they weren't in a meeting, their icon would be green. The advanced collaboration tool set that I hit on with that monitor picture where you can control the screen. You can also send files back and forth, and using some of the Office 365 tools such as OneNote and OneDrive for Business, you can edit these files while you're in the Skype session. And that's at tight integration with all of the Office 365 apps. Benefits for business are pretty strong for this. We get to increase our productivity and leverage Skype to increase our collaboration. You can be talking to somebody in your office, across the street, across the city, across the globe, and it feels like they're right next to you. Get your employees to work from anywhere, so you can save on some travel costs. You can also do this in talking with your clients that could be, again, close or far. Collaborate them very easily using these online meetings with Skype. Really reduces the complexity for everybody because the Skype app is just so easy to use, and you're minimizing your support costs overall because the app's easy to use and it's built into Office 365. And you significantly lower your total cost of ownership, your TCO, and increase your ROI, your return on investment, by consolidating all of your conference app solutions into the Microsoft Office 365 suite. Next, on to OneDrive for Business. This OneDrive for Business is similar to the old Windows Explorer view that we're used to. OneDrive for Business takes this Windows Explorer view and takes these files and shares them into the Office 365 online services. These files can be synchronized so that they're on your computer and available for you even when you're offline. And then as soon as you are online, these files are then synchronized up to Office 365 for everybody else to share that is allowed to share them. You can really start this very quickly by just syncing up a library, as it's called, or starting a OneDrive for Business folder and sharing it. And you can securely store these and sync these anywhere we go. Here's a picture of a MacBook Air with the Office 365 browser window open. In the documents on the right, you see the Finder window for those of us that use Macs, and then there's our non-iPhone device that is showing the OneDrive for Business app, and really just kind of showing to you how you can use these OneDrive for Business to share your files on any device, any platform, across wherever you are. Very simple to use Outlook and Word to send these documents from OneDrive for business users and collaborators to use. I use the OneDrive for Business app on my iPhone all the time. I also use the Outlook app, which I highly recommend for the iPhone and Android. The Outlook app is kind of magic. It notices and remembers all the files you're using in the order in which you've used them, even when they're used on your computer. So if I've recently edited a document in OneDrive and then I go to my iPhone and open up Outlook and I click on the Files button, it shows me that document at the very top. So it's a real great way to collaborate using all of your devices in a very efficient manner. Again, the synchronization is key. These files are synchronized between your devices you download them to and the Office 365 online services. And you can quickly sync these documents when you're back online again. You don't have to actually force the sync. It happens for you automatically. Microsoft Teams, which had its significant launch earlier this year, as a worldwide launch. Microsoft launches, I think, in 20 plus countries we actually traveled to and then did launch events. This is that live team workspace where you can collaborate and communicate online, have quick access to the information via channels. So you can see here in the picture in the upper right on Northwind Traders, there's a marketing channel. And then within the channels, there's different conversations on customer accounts and development. And so you can add people to these conversations. These conversations stay persistent, they don't go away. So therefore, if somebody else is new added to your organization or newly added to the team, they can be added to this, read through it, and then be caught up to the latest information. Teams integrates with SharePoint, OneNote, and Skype for Business. Every team that is formed and channel that is formed has a SharePoint site, has a OneNote notebook, and then Teams leverages Skype for any kind of collaboration and video conferencing. All of the documents available to the team are available in the Teams app. If you look again at that iPad, iPhone screen, you look at the top of Northwind Traders, marketing, underneath that there's conversation, then there's files, notes, and planner. Clicking on any of those gets you to the files, notes, or the Microsoft Planner project management aspect that's built into this team. Again, we can see the chat history anytime. The dialogue is visible to everybody on the team. Teams also gives you the ability to just have private chats, just like Skype has one-on-one chats, leverages Skype video to meet in real time, and again, connecting across the multiple devices. It really is for today's teams. It's really customized for the teams as we use them today. Nice thing about these activities, again, they're available to the entire team across all your devices. So if you're pulled out somewhere and only are able to use your mobile phone, you can quickly use your mobile phone, open up your team and your channels, and you're seeing the information just as you did when you're actually using Teams on your desktop. And here's more information on this particular team. As you see here in the upper right, there is a Northwind Traders Marketing. There's a Excel file and a PowerPoint file, and these files are added to the team conversation. And anybody who's reading this with any device can click on that Excel file, PowerPoint file, and they can see those files. A little bit lower, we see marketing review. We see the 1 minute 13-second marker, or 1 hour 13 minutes, and you see the join button just below that. Click on that join link, and it instantiates Skype, and immediately you're in the Skype meeting as that's dedicated to this team. Customizable to each team. As mentioned earlier, the tabs across the top provide the quick access to the frequently used aspects within the team. So again, under the Northwest Traders Marketing component is Conversation, Files, Notes, and Planner. And you can see here we've clicked on Planner, and similar to other online project management tools, under Planner we see our to-do list, our in-progress list, and our complete list, who it's assigned to and what the activities are going on there. And since this Planner project management aspect was built into the Northwest Traders / marketing team. Everybody on this gets to see everything of the plan, which is a pretty quick, slick, collaborative tool to leverage all of the project management components within this team. And then again, there's also a way to leverage this and with Office 365 connectors to add other components. Back to that picture again, in the word planner, there's a plus button. Clicking that plus button adds more features, including third-party tools that can be added into into this via some Office 365 connectors and a developer API. Next, we're going to go into bookings. Bookings is an interesting tool to schedule appointments. So with bookings, you can integrate it into your site and then therefore have people on the internet schedule time with you. You can have confirmations to these schedule time, reminders, and you're not adding staff to your team to create a calendar for yourself or your clients. Think about getting haircuts or scheduling repairs, whatever, just built right in there. So with Business Premium, bookings is built in, and again, is a quick way that people can schedule time, available time on you and your team's calendar to do events. You can delight your customers this way because now we're using a web-based tool for somebody to simply book time with you. They can do it on their phone as well, so they don't have to call a toll-free number or your main line to schedule anything. The bookings, the companies that use bookings, they're saving a lot of time because now these appointments are getting scheduled by their customers. They're automatically added in the calendar, and the customers can see if this time is available or isn't available. And we're seeing a lot of benefits to this because there isn't a need to hire people to manage all of your appointments. It's built into bookings. And because of this, we're seeing less no-shows. Clients that are interactive in their calendaring and scheduling with their customers or their service providers are more likely to show up because they interacted and created that schedule. And while they're doing that, they usually set the time and appointments themselves in addition to the appointment reminders that they receive through bookings. Outlook Customer Manager is that lightweight customer relationship management tool that I was talking about earlier. Outlook Customer Manager integrates directly into Outlook. For organizations that haven't purchased a customer relationship management system like Microsoft Dynamics 365 CRM, can leverage this tool to have all their customer information available within Outlook. They get to leverage this tool within Outlook to see the important things that are happening with their clients, get everybody on the same page, so really manage that client relationship. Very straightforward to use because it's built into Outlook. And again, because this is built into the mobile platform and all the devices, you really get to access it all from any device you're using, anywhere you're using it. Next is the Microsoft Staff Hub product. This is really focused on on employees to manage their workday. So before we had bookings where clients are booking time with you, your employees need to book their time as well. So maybe they need to marry their time up to the Staff Hub or use something separate just to manage their time. And this is how you manage your time, kind of a timesheet entry type solution built into Office 365. Full feature schedule management. This information is shared because the calendars for the employees can be shared. It's connecting to all the other applications and services within Office 365 since it's an Office 365 service, and it's included in the Office 365 K1 plan, which was recently renamed to F1. I think that occurred earlier here in August, and then the enterprise plans. Microsoft Planner is the project management tool that we mentioned earlier, and it's really branded as a work management solution for the modern workplace. As you can see here, it's a way to really get yourself organized quickly, get your teams organized quickly, get your Office 365 users working together effortlessly within their project, and never really missing a beat because project is built into the Office 365 and leverages all of the Office 365 services. Planners included in the key business plans, Essentials and Premium, and the Enterprise plans. The Planner Hub shows the dashboard of the projects that you're working on. The plans. They have tiles within each of the plans, and they're showing what's going on within those projects. And it's a drag and drop tool, so we can drag any of our Office 365 users that are on the project to a task, and we can simply add more people from our Office 365 environment into the project and add them to tasks, which is a few drag and drops and simple mouse clicks. And now that we've hit the end of the top 6 things that we were talking about today, the 6 key features, we're going to talk a little bit more about security. Really what we're seeing with a lot of our clients is an increased focus on security. We're seeing some of these nation state attacks out there, these other accusations of what's going on, some significant service impairments caused by some security breaches. Microsoft's dedicated to the security industry and really adding some great features to the Office 365 suite, including advanced threat protection. Advanced threat protection is a solution within Office 365 that works with the suite of services to really protect you and your company and your data from antivirus or from virus attacks, from some real tricky things that attackers are doing these days by switching up characters, and really some devious attacks are going on out there. And it leverages some engines built into Office 365 to look at emails, attachments, some other aspects of Office 365. If it's safe, information is presented to the recipient in Outlook. If it's not, it's deemed as unsafe, and depending on your business rules, is either immediately removed or put into some quarantine for your IT organization or a partner like FMT Consultants to analyze on your behalf. Microsoft also includes an Office 365 Trust Center that's focused on security, compliance, and privacy, and provides all information related to that in one easy-to-use website. The compliance controls are growing quickly each year, and it's amazing to watch where they are every year. It's a lot stronger than the year before, and they remain the strongest in the industry. There are some great solutions for archiving, auditing, DLP, data loss protection, and eDiscovery. The Office 365 security, compliance, and privacy controls are in the Office 365 Admin Center. And you get all the reports in there, your ISO reports, some audit reports, notifications. This can be a pretty tricky solution to administer within Office 365, so please don't hesitate to contact us for any additional assistance on this. And as we're looking at some other features in the security realm, rights management, RMS, is growing within our customer base. We're seeing more and more of our customers that have information that's really needs to be controlled, such as credit cards, such as HIPAA medical information, really need to put some technical enforcement to the corporate policies. Office 365's RMS allows some real strict access to data and information in the data, and can be so strict as to, if somebody's typing an email and starts typing a credit card, Office 365 or credit card number, Office 365 automatically detects that number as a credit card number and stops the person and says, hey, this is not allowed in our organization. So you really can implement some rights management control of your organization on your terms. The Compliance Center, as I was mentioning earlier, is built into Office 365. What we're seeing here is the Office 365 Admin Center / Compliance Center component. And in here, we can set our compliance and the rules that our organization needs to follow. And then reports for you are available in one spot, which is a Compliance Center within Office 365. eDiscovery is a set of tools that includes in-place hold, mailboxes, and data. All Office 365 data can be put into what's called in-place legal hold. Therefore, it can't be deleted by the user. So if we need to put somebody's mailbox, OneDrive, SharePoint, etc., into non-delete status, and otherwise known as in-place hold, very simple to do within Office 365. Within the eDiscovery component, we can do really quick queries and exports. So query looking for data. Hey, we're going to look for some words or keywords that we need to look for in this person's or a group of people's collection of data, because we're looking for something that litigators are interested in or regulators are interested in. And again, this goes across SharePoint, email, Skype, and more. And DLP, data loss protection, data loss prevention. This continues to be a strong point of Office 365 and ensures that there are ways to prevent data loss, prevent data loss from happening in your organization. And as I mentioned earlier, you can see in the bottom right, some Office 365 DLP compliance tool is saying, hey, you cannot use credit card numbers. This data appears to have credit card numbers. Email and credit card numbers is not a compliant way to communicate, and leveraging the Office 365 components, including DLP, is a way to enforce this within your organization. Now going back to an overview now of FMT after we've talked about all these great features within Office 365. We're a company that's been here for over 2 decades, over 2,000 projects successfully completed with over 350 clients here in US, Canada. We're actually expanding. We have more clients now internationally as well. Over 80 team members. Our offices are in Carlsbad, and which is about 30 miles north of San Diego, and the Los Angeles area. Thank you for joining us today again. That's a picture of me, Wade Walker here, Senior Director of Microsoft Consulting Services. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me at wwalker@fmtconsultants.com. In addition, you can connect with an expert at FMT at any time at the phone number 760-930-6402 or on our website at www.fmtconsultants.com. Thanks again for joining us today on this discussion of 6 key components of Office 365 and the security features. Talk to you later. Bye.